And welcome to Best Video Game. Oh my God, that's not the name of the show. The show's name is Hinton versus Hribar, and the theme is Best Video Game. Apologies, everybody. My goodness. All right, here's the rules. We get a little bit of time. Opening, first rebuttal, second rebuttal, closing. It's going to go quick, and it's my turn to start. So when you pay $60, or maybe you get it on sale for a nice $15.10, Skyrim is worth so much more than that $60. It is filled with content, filled with options, filled with quests and missions and stories. You can even design your own home. So if you want to get HGTV up in Skyrim, I'm just saying, this is the best investment you can make in a video game. It hands down. I actually played it twice, and I rarely play video games more than once. So I'm sorry. That's my opening. Skyrim, best video game.
Wow. Short opening.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start by saying this. I have logged many an hour on Skyrim. I actually used to not want to play Skyrim because I know that I would play it for like 8 hours at a time in a day. So I would avoid playing Skyrim. However, that's not the game that is the best game of all time, you see, and you're bringing up these prices of games. The best game of all time is Star Wars Battlefront 2, PlayStation 2 edition. It is simply the best game of all time. There is no better game ever made. Truly, it's still to this day, no game as replayable, no game quite as iconic, really, that set the tone like that game.
That's your time. Beautiful. Here's my first rebuttal. I've never heard of this game until today. So, I mean, no joke. I really don't know the game. And could it be really the best video game of all time if I've not heard of it? Meanwhile, Skyrim, you want some sales figures? Over 30 million copies sold and counting. It's still being sold. People are still buying it, trying it for the first time. It's a classic. Listen, in Star Wars, I'm sure that game, it limits you. You're probably the same character. You can't build or customize your character. You don't have options for weapons, options for where you put your skill sets in. Meanwhile, Skyrim, there's a million different ways to play it. And don't even get me started. You have a computer, you have a PC gamer, you're a little nerdy. You can put a mod on Skyrim. You can customize it even further than the game allows.
That is your time, man. I just cannot believe that the person across from me debating does not do their research. First off, they've never heard of Star Wars Battlefront 2, the best game of all time, the best PlayStation 2 game of all time, certainly the best Sony game of all time. Now, it was also on Xbox, I think, but this is probably the craziest thing I've ever heard. Someone who doesn't know that you can do mods and play Battlefront 2 from Steam on your PC, because I do it at least once a week. I play Steam Battlefront 2 every week, and I've only got 10 more seconds here. But the fact that you can't, you don't even know that you can change your weapons. You don't even know that there's a cheat that you can do first person mode. You can play as any Jedi ever. You, sir, are out of line.
Listen, I just feel like the line exists when you actually know the content that you're crossing the line. I don't know the game. I mean, how many people out there right now are like, oh, yeah, what a great game. I know that game. At least Skyrim, like you go to the average gamer and they can tell you, oh, yeah, I've gotten addicted to that. I played 8 hours of it, 7 days in a row, right? But Star Wars Battlefront 2, I mean, it almost feels so specific, and to me, a best video game, it's something that we as the collective, we as the people say the best video game is our video game. And Skyrim is that game. It is our video game. And the world building, I'm sorry, Star Wars world building is not that phenomenal. It's pretty meek by standards, but Skyrim, it is immersive. There is a world.
Time. Star Wars has no world building. Is this my closing statement, by the way?
No, that's your second rebuttal. We got time. Go for it.
Star Wars has no world. Okay. Star Wars has no world building, yet they've got 9 movies. They've got how many spin-off shows? They've got actually not 9 movies, more than 9 movies. How many spin-off movies? How many this? How many that? How many things are they creating? How many universes does Star Wars have? How many movies does Skyrim have? 0. Now, I love Skyrim, but how many movies does it have? How many movies does the Dragonborn have? 0. None. And that's okay. But I do have this to say. all of the Star Wars characters. Everyone knows the Star Wars characters. No one knows anything.
That's your
about
time. That's your
Dragon
time.
Ball.
I'm gonna be quick with this. Just because we all know Han Solo or the princess with the buns doesn't mean that it's automatically the best video game. You might be right in saying it's the better franchise, but we're not looking at the overview. We're not looking at the movies. We're not looking at the books. We're not looking at the theme park. We're looking at video game. When I sit down, when I play Skyrim, I am transported to Skyrim. But what is it called? Battlefield Stars, Star Wars 2 Battle Frontier. I don't know her. I'm like Mariah Carey. I don't know her. And unfortunately, maybe if I knew her, maybe if people actually bought that game, it would be popular. It would still be relevant. But here we are. Skyrim, it's been out for 11 years now and is still relevant, still topical. People are still playing it. How many people at home right now are on a PS2 system playing Star Wars Battlefront 2? Not me. That's my time. I bow out.
I gave you a lot of extra time there. I gave you about a minute there. It's
It was
because
not a minute.
I wanted to find this.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody on God's green earth knows anything about Skyrim's soundtrack, about Skyrim's lore, about Skyrim's this or that, unless you've played the games. However, with this track, when this song comes on, it fills the Star Wars fans' brains. Their veins are coursing with Star Wars lore. Nobody cares about the Dragonborn, but when this comes onto the pause screen of Star Wars Battlefront 2, you're about to step into a world like no other.
I gave you more time. Just to be fair, I gave you more time. Okay. All right, what a heated debate. We're still looking for best video game. Do you agree with one of us? Maybe you disagree with both of us, and that's fine. Drop in the comments below. Let us know what your best video game is. Until next time, Hinton versus Hribar, we're going to stay 100, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.